Hi Doctor, I am Mak Wei Ying from Group 2. Now I will introduce to you our team members. There is Ferianie, Nellia, Yaminee, and Aidila in our group. We are cooperate in doing this group assignment. Now I will going to introduce the company background of General Electric Company to you. The General Electric Company is a multinational corporation headquartered in Boston that was founded in the United States in 1892. The corporation previously operated in healthcare, aviation, power, renewable energy, and so on. Moreover, GE announced the names of businesses it intends to separate on July 18, 2022, which are GE Aerospace, GE Healthcare, and GE Vernova. The new businesses will concentrate on the fields of aerospace, healthcare, and energy. Now, I'm going to explain the organizational structure of General Electric Company. The General Electric Company is led by Mr. Lawrence, which is called by the public is Mr. Lowry. Mr. Lowry is the chairman and chief executive officer of GE and GE Aerospace. Mr. Lowry is GE 12 CEO 11 and 11 chairman. He joined the GE board of directors in April 2018 and was appointed CEO of GE in October 2018. In June 2022, he was appointed CEO of GE Aerospace. As a CEO, Mr. Lowry has led GE transformation to become a more focused, simpler, and stronger high-tech industrial company. He has championed lean, bringing a focus on customer value, driving improvements in safety, quality, delivery, and cost, and running the company closer to the customer by creating nearly 30 profit and loss to increase operational visibility.
Well, the term fraud itself refers to a deliberate act involving the use of deception to acquire an unfair or illegal benefit that is committed by one or more members of management, those responsible for governments, employees, or third parties. The auditor must consider two different kinds of intentional misstatements, those brought on by dishonest financial reporting and those brought on by asset misappropriation. Deception also involves a preserved opportunity to do so, some justifications of the conduct, and an incentive of pressure to commit fraud. In 2009, the agency filed an accounting fraud allegation against General Electric based on the case, claiming that the company misled investors by providing false and misleading results. In violation of the SEC's order, General Electric deceived investors by presenting the earnings from its General Electric power business without disclosing that the quarter of the company's profits in 2016 and nearly half in the first 3 quarters of 2017 came from lower than anticipated costs. The order also finds that General Electric failed to disclose to investors that is recorded to increase in current industrial cash collection came primarily from internal receivable sales between General Electric Power and General Electrical Capital. The company's financial service division, and that is the increase, was coming at the expenses of cash in future years. That's to avoid being caught off guard or being misled. Above all, they must put into place a permanent continuous independent study of the company's performance, which includes non-financial assessments.
Hi, my name is Ferianie Nellia Anak with matric number 272926. I'm going to present for the role of auditor in the case. The first basis of an audit is the blaming activities, which is included the process to identify the type, the timing, and also the extent of the procedures that need to be taken in order to carry out the auditing process effectively. So, the successor of the auditor must be contact with the a predecessor auditor about a company before they can accept an offer to audit a company. In case the company is engaged with a fraud, the successor auditor must decline the offer. This is because, according to this case, there is no auditors that alerted the public about the fraudulent activities of GE company, which is later revealed by the Harry Markopolos, which means the auditor that involved to examine the GE financial statements failed to do the planning activities very effectively. So the second phase of an audit is the risk assessment. Risk assessment is related to the expertise of an auditor in order detecting the risk that could result the material misstatement in the financial statements of a company. The expertise of an auditor must be related to the business sector, client, supplier, and also legislation. So according to this case, it really shows that the predecessor auditor of GE company failed to detect the risk that caused the fraud to happen within the company, which is the control risk of GE company is very low. So if the predecessor auditor can detect early this control risk of GE company is very low, it means that the predecessor auditor can accumulate more audit evidence that leads the fraud to happen in the company within a long period of time. However, this found out by Harry Markopolos when he found that the company tried to change its financial reporting formats for every 2 years, and he shows that the company control risk is very low. The third phase of an audit is audit strategy and plan. Auditors create a comprehensive audit strategy and a specific audit plan after the risk assessment to handle any material misstatements of the financial statements. So according to the fraud case of GE company, if the auditor accepts the offer to audit the company and find out the company has lower control risk, the auditor should not rely fully on the GE company internal control. Therefore, the auditors should increase the acceptable audit risk and willing to accept the financial statements may be materially misstated. So the auditor should conduct a comprehensive audit strategy by increasing the amount and the accuracy of audit evidence, so the auditors can use it to audit the company and to prevent the fraud from continuing. The fourth phase of an audit is gathering evidence. Auditors use professional skepticism and judgment when gathering and evaluating evidence of internal controls by a company. So according to this case, Harry Markopolos found out that the GE company would change its financial reporting formats for every 2 to 4 years, so he used his professional skepticism by collecting more evidence and until he found out that GE company was involved in fraud activities. So with this mind, an auditor should plan and perform an audit skepticism to recognize any circumstances that may exist which relating to the financial statements may be materially misstated. The last phase of an audit is the finalizations, which is the audit opinion is viewed based on the evidence gathered by the auditor. The auditors use their professional judgment and also the additional work they have done to come out the conclusions. So according to this case, the predecessor auditor failed to give a proper audit opinions. They're supposed to give a disclaimer audit opinion instead of clean opinion. It means that the auditors are unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence and unable to detect the material misstatements due to the management team try to give corporations to the auditors about the responsibilities of an auditor. So according to the ISA 240, an auditor must perform procedures to obtain information that is used to identify the risk of material misstatements due to fraud, such as revenue recognitions, inventory quantities, and also the management estimates, in which all information from this aspect may result in the misstatement caused by the fraudulent financial reporting. So this means the misstatements of this company is focused on revenue recognitions and also the management estimates. So the responsibility of an auditor is to perform a substantive analytical procedures that relating to the revenue GE company by using this aggregated data. The auditor is supposed to compare the revenue of GE company that reported by month and by business segment during the current period with the comparable prior periods. So in terms of the management estimates, the auditor should not fully rely on the company's internal control when they identify the misstatements in the financial statements as indicative of fraud. So the auditor is supposed to obtain the written representations from management to prove that the misstatements in the financial statements are due to fraud or error. And also the auditor should obtain other information outside the management in case the written representations from the management are lacking evidence.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Aidila Shakirah Binti Azizan. My notice number is 288-250. My part is the principle of auditor. An auditor must comply with the MIA bylaws on professional ethics, conduct and practice. The basic principle of ethics set the standard of behavior expected of a professional accountant. There are 5 ethical principles that govern the auditor professional responsibility, which is integrity, objectivity, professional competence, and due care, and confidentiality and professional conduct. Firstly, integrity. The auditors need to be straightforward and honest in all professional and business relationships. Second, objectivity. An auditor does not compromise professional or business judgment because of bias, conflict of interest, or undue influence of others. Thirdly, a professional accountant must abide by the principle of professional competence and due care, which call for accountant to act expertly and in depth in order to ensure that client or hiring organization receive efficient professional service based on current technical and professional standards and applicable legislation on the basis of the relevant technical and professional norms. Next, confidentiality. Professional accountant must adhere to the confidentiality principle with mandates that they protect the privacy of the information they gain through business and professional connection. Lastly, professional behavior. A professional accountant must adhere to the principle of professional behavior, which states that they must abide by all applicable laws and regulations and prevent from engaging in any behavior that can diminish their professions. Based on the case in GE, it shows that the auditors were failed to follow the ethical principles that make the auditor compromise with the management team to cover the misstatement and fraud of many years. Besides that, the auditor concealed and provide false income of the statement of opinion of GE company, concealing that GE company has engaged in fraud. The auditors may face consequences for this, including GE hiring the auditors.